Hi, welcome. Simon here, and I hope you're doing well. In this video, we'll take a look what is inside the desktop of this Acer computer, as well as we're going to talk about what are the things that you can upgrade. For example, like your RAM, your hard drive, maybe the graphics card. So the things that you can upgrade in the desktop, I'll walk you through step by step on how to do that. As well, we can talk about what are the things we see in the computer. Alright, so first let's identify the desktop. Here I have the Acer ATC-705-UC52. That is the model for this Acer Aspire T version of the desktop. Let's take a look at the back here. So this is pretty much your power supply on the very top, and the motherboard is listed on the back of the computer. So we want to lay the computer down flat on this section. The front will be on your right side, the back is facing on your left. We'll be sliding off the side panel, but first you need to get yourself a Phillips screwdriver and remove the two screws. Okay, so remove the first and second screw. Once you have removed the two screws, you can slide the side panel to your left. Just slide it off, and now you can remove it. Alright, so I'll quickly walk you through what are the things that you're looking at the moment. This is your power supply, your heatsink with the CPU fan on it. It looks quite dirty. What you want to do is to get an A-can duster, dust it off or wipe it off. Okay. Once you're done that, these two slots here are your RAMs. So meaning that this computer have two slots, A and B, and the two slots are taken. So this is probably running 4 and 4 gigs of RAM, or maybe you can upgrade 8 and 8 up to 16 gigs of RAM. This is your CMOS battery, your Wi-Fi card, PCIe slot, which allows you to add additional graphics card on it. And this is your hard drive here. Alright, so let's just talk about the hard drive. If you want to change out the hard drive, yes you can. You can remove the 4 screws. They are Phillips screws again. So just get yourself a Phillips screwdriver and you're able to do this hard drive replacement. Once you remove the 4 screws, you can slide to your right and disconnect the cables and remove the hard drive. Okay, so this is 1 terabyte hard drive. You can change it to a solid state drive, meaning that you can change it to the 2.5-inch solid state drive and get yourself a bracket, a mounting bracket, changing from 2.5 to 3.5-inch bracket to hold the hard drive. Or you can just kind of slide it in and find yourself a screw that can just log into this bracket right here. Okay, so this is the 2.5-inch slot SSD drive. You can upgrade to SSD if you prefer, or maybe change it out to the regular hard drive. Alright, so talk about the RAM. Again, you have 2 slots. To remove the RAM, you can simply by pressing the both sides here. So that little clipper clips onto the RAM. Once you push it away from each other, the RAM will just pop straight up. Alright, so this is the PC3, meaning this is a DDR3 RAM, and this runs on a 4 gigabytes. Okay, again, you can change and upgrade the RAM by pressing the 2-side clipper, and the RAM would just pop straight up. This is 8 gigs of RAM, PC3. That means it's a DDR3 RAM. Okay, so for the CPU heatsink, it's a very simple process. Get yourself a Phillips screwdriver, remove the 4 screws, and the CPU fan will just pop straight up. Alright, and the power supply, and let me just put this thing all back together before I forget. Okay, to install the RAM, make sure you have the right slot matches that little hole right there, and then just press it down. And when you press it hard enough, you can feel that the clipper would just lock back in for you. Okay, and now we're going to install the hard drive back together, because I'd like to move on and talk about the power supply. Make sure you reconnect all the cable, the SATA cable and the power cable. Okay, so if you have a broken power supply, given a situation that the computer was working for you and then the next day when you try to turn it on, it doesn't power on because that night you had a heavy rainstorm and there was lightning and the computer was plugged in and wasn't disconnected. So there might be a surge at home, and maybe the storm or maybe the lightning might have damaged the computer or the power supply. So if the computer is not turning on, the first thing I like to do is maybe check the power supply, change it out, and see if that works. Okay, it's not necessarily the computer is burned out. Sometimes it could be just the power supply. It's very straightforward. You just have to pull the cable out. All right, and then the 4-pin connector. And of course, remove the 4 screws. The 4 screws would be here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, the black 4 screws. Once you remove them, and then the power supply can just slide to your right by pressing down this little leverage clipper. Press it down, slide it to your right, then you can have the power supply removed. Once you remove, change out a new power supply and see if the computer powers on or not. Alright, that's pretty much it. The computer is very basic, simple. There's a missing exhaust fan here. If you want to add exhaust fan, you can. You add it here. Probably you may have to have some kind of power to power it up, which there's no power here. So you need to buy a cable that turns the SATA, into a 3-pin connector for the exhaust fan. Alright, I hope this video is helpful. If you like it, give me a if this video is helpful to you, please give me a like and subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell. I appreciate you for doing that. And any question, comment below. I definitely read the comment and I'll try to answer your questions. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. I wish you all the best. Bye now.